What's good, everybody? It's your boy Disco Wonderland. Welcome back to the channel. And today, guys, I kind of just want to talk about some things with you all. And what those things are is new shoes and fighting games. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why or how, what, like, how does this relate to each other? Listen, calm down. Let me explain. This idea recently came up because I've been sort of on a journey recently of learning a new character in a fighting game, and I'll be honest, that journey has been pretty fucking rough. All right, but ultimately I understand and know that if I continue along this path, it will make me a better player overall. So that's why I'm doing it. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details, real quick, as a reminder, please support your boy. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps your boy out with the algorithm, all that good stuff. That being said, guys, let's get into this video. If you guys don't know, I play a lot of different fighting games on this channel, but one of the main fighting games that I play is called Guilty Gear Ascent Core Plus R. And that game is probably one of the toughest fighting games I had to learn ever. And I think it's because it was such a new experience, something different. Like, I played Guilty Gear before in the past. I was casual for the most part, and I played other Arc Sys games in the past. However, Guilty Gear, just as a game to learn, wasn't very forgiving because when you have a 10-year-old game, and most of the people you run into haven't played the game for those same 10 years, it can be pretty rough. However, I've been persevering, I've been doing better, and overall, I would say if it wasn't for Plus R, I wouldn't have been a better fighting game player overall. However, what I want to talk about today is the idea of new shoes in fighting games. So what does that mean? Actually, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's talk about what made me want to do this video in the first place. So in Guilty Gear Plus R, I'm playing a character known as Abba. People say she's a Mickey character. She's actually not bottom tier. She's actually like top 10 or whatever. Look, listen. Don't listen to the propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Abba sucks, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna die on that hill. You already know. I don't care if she's actually good. Abba is trash, and I am a low tier hero, and you will not tell me otherwise. But jokes aside, I play Abba, and even though I felt like she probably wasn't a good character to start out with in the beginning, I persevered, I stuck with her, and I got pretty decent with her. But in playing Abba and starting out with Abba, there were some things fundamentally that I lacked, that I never really had to work on because I played Abba specifically. Some of the things include Oki, because I could just run up 2H because there's throw involved, and it covers most wake up options besides reversals and stuff like that. Neutral, I just run around in the air, jump in the air, press my disjointed buttons, and I kind of win. So there were things that I lacked fundamentally as a player that Abba sort of covered for me. And I sort of realized that as I played the game more and more and more. So eventually I figured I want to play a different character. And the character that I had my eyes on was Kai, none other than your boy Kai Kisuke. Now, the reason I even decided to choose Kai because one, I thought his combos, his optimal combos, I thought they were really cool, and I'm all about cool combos. Secondly, he represented something in fighting games that I kind of always avoided, and that was just becoming a purely fundamentally sound, solid player. I will argue that I have never, ever mastered the element of any sort of fundamentals in fighting games, period. I'm generally a rush down player. I get in your face. I mean, my defense is pretty whack. Sometimes my defense can be okay, but for the most part, my neutral is lacking, and those general things that comes with being just a fundamentally sound player. So I figured if I learn Kai and if I stick with Kai for the long haul, it will help me improve as a player. I at the very least, I can take something out of it. You get what I'm saying? There's something I can learn here if I pick this guy up. So that's what I decided to do. And I have to say that it has been rough. What you're seeing on the screen right now is me playing with Kai online in the beginning. My first matches with Kai. And my first matches with Kai were pretty rough. I wasn't winning a lot, as expected, because I'm learning the character. And it was just bad. Like I wasn't winning, I was losing a lot, I was getting frustrated. There were times where like I have to pick Abba because like I can't stand losing. Like it was honestly it got to a point where like I damn near wanted to quit the game. In fact, there was a point where because I'm in Discord, I'm cool with a lot of like good plus R players, and you know they kind of been helping me like learn the game more and getting better. And one night I had a session with one guy, like he beat me so bad, man. I just thought like, yo, if I just got some rope and some bleach, man, like it can be all over. Like I can just do it. And like nobody would know. Probably take a few days for people to find out. But like, yo, I can just do this. Like I ain't gotta deal with this. Jokes aside though, you know, I slept on it. Like I'm just having one of those moments like I usually do where like I just doubt myself heavily, right? So I just figured, you know, let me sleep on it. And next day I woke up on my Instagram, I saw that my uncle actually shared a TikTok with me. And the TikTok was essentially a guy talking about new shoes and how we put on a pair of new shoes. It's uncomfortable at first, but you gotta break them in. You gotta keep walking. And that really resonated with me. It was basically just a metaphor for like real life. Like when you do something new in real life, you know, it's gonna be uncomfortable at first and you're gonna wanna quit, but you gotta keep putting in the effort. You gotta make yourself get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I needed to see that. The timing of that video, like shout out to my uncle, by the way. Great, cool dude, man, great guy. And the timing of that video was just like so perfect. Like I needed to see that. So after I saw that video, I said, I'm gonna get my butt in training mode. We're gonna lab some Oki setups. We're gonna lab some neutral like matchups or whatever, combos, like whatever I thought I was lacking in with Kai. I just decided like I need to lock in and really put in the effort. And I've been playing Kai about a month now, and I would say in about the last week or so, I've actually been noticing a lot of improvements. I've been winning more games. My neutral's looking more solid. I'm not very passive in neutral, like I was with Abba. Imagine an Abba player being passive, right? That was me. Like that's why I was so bad. I say all this to say is that Kai was a pair of new shoes that I just was not comfortable with. I wasn't messing with them, and even though I liked the way the shoes looked, I was just down every step of the way. But that video helped me realize like you gotta keep walking. Like no matter how tough it can be, you gotta keep walking because it's not gonna be easy at first. Nothing in life is easy, like nothing at all. And even in fighting games, like it's not gonna be easy when you learn new characters. I feel like I might have been spoiled by how easy it is to learn new characters in modern fighting games. In Guilty Gear Strive, I started out with Ram. Probably the easiest fighting game character I played in my life. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I love Ram, but she was brain dead easy. I'm like, you know what? This character's kind of boring. I'm like, let me just try something different, right? So I ended up picking Kai for a little bit. I was winning matches with Kai. My Kai was pretty competent, even though I only been playing for like a couple of days. Went from Kai to Leo for a little bit. Realized he was brain dead stupid. I won't play him no more. Then I ultimately went to the character that I was kind of avoiding at first, Soul. And even though I'm not really playing the game like that, whenever I do play the game, you know, I enjoy me some Soul. But that just goes to show you these were the like the differences in time between them were maybe like a week, a couple of days at most. Like literally, you can pick up a new character nowadays, like and really have no problem, you know, being at least competent. Like you won't be no master or anything like that, but like at the very least, you can compete with other people online at the very least, and that's something that has been lost with these newer titles. Like the idea of actually like putting in the work with one particular character and really grinding out the matchups with one particular character. Lauren and I brought up a good point in one of his videos where he brought up the fact that it's a lot harder to learn characters in older GGs when compared to new GGs because there's, you know, differences in the galaxy systems with each character, and there's different weight classes, so you have to learn different combos, etc., etc. There's a lot more things. The main thing that makes an older game like Plus Out harder to learn than a newer game like Strive is that each matchup felt like a brand new game, and that's not exaggeration. Abba to Baiken is completely different from Abba to like Testament, or Soul to Kai is completely different to like Soul to Order Soul or Soul to Un. Like literally every single matchup, there's no like universal answer when it comes to like your specific character. Like you have to figure out what your character can do against these options this character has. I feel like people nowadays don't want to put in the extra effort, and they kind of just want, that one hot quick fix. They want that one patch, not knowing that in life there is no hot quick fix. There is no universal answer to all problems. Like, you have to identify what's giving you problems. You have to be able to find your own answer. When it comes to trying on new shoes, you have to be comfortable with the fact that they're not going to be comfortable. You have to get over that, and you have to keep walking. Denzel Curry, one of my favorite rappers right now, literally put out a song that encompasses this whole ideal in this crazy, messed up, rotten world we live in right now. We got to keep walking, because if we don't, if we just stand still, things are just going to be the same, and we're just going to have to deal with the same BS over and over again. Whereas if you just keep walking, deal through the trauma and the pain, and persevere through it all, you can eventually change your life circumstances and change yourself for the better. So that's pretty much it. I have been rambling for like a long time now. I hope this doesn't end up being too long. I want to thank you guys for listening to me ramble for almost, 10, 15, 20. I'm pretty sure if I cut all this down, it'll probably end up being like 13 minutes or so. Who knows? I appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you feel like you learned something, or if you feel like there's anything I may have missed that you want to maybe add on, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts on the matter. And also, let me know if you're currently trying out something new. It doesn't have to be pertaining to a fighting game. Like, let's say you learn a new skill. Like, let me know in the comment section below what you're doing and how's it going. But all that being said, guys, thank you so much again. And as always, it's been your boy Disco Wonderland. Don't forget to support me by liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Hit that noti bell icon so you can always know when my videos drop. And I'll see you guys in the next video.